destructive habits kill you. Our habits, like invisible threads, weave the character and destiny of each of us. They can save us, but wrong habits can destroy life and kill. They structure our everyday life, determine our actions and decisions. The art of managing habits becomes a fundamental aspect of self-improvement. In this video, I will immerse you in the knowledge and teachings of Stoicism, which teaches wisdom. I will tell you about 10 destructive habits that can become our own enemies, depriving us of the opportunity to achieve happiness, desired goals, and perfection. Avoidance of difficulties. The next habit that affects Stoic teachings is the avoidance of difficulties. Stoics urge us to actively embrace challenges and hardships, seeing them as opportunities for growth and improvement. However, when we shy away from difficulties, preferring our comfort zones, we condemn ourselves to stagnation and miss the chance to truly understand ourselves. Avoiding pain and failure deprives us of valuable lessons that could make us wiser and stronger. By fearing to confront difficulties, we remain on the surface of life, missing out on the richness of experience that could lead to inner harmony. Consequences: avoiding difficulties leads to stagnation, a diminished capacity for self-improvement, and a reduced ability to effectively overcome challenges. It can also result in a sense of purposelessness and a loss of direction in life. Constant comparison with others. The seventh destructive habit is the constant comparison with others. Stoicism teaches us to recognize our uniqueness and value, regardless of others' achievements. When we constantly compare ourselves to those around us, we subject ourselves to unnecessary stress and unhappiness. This habit robs us of the joy of our own successes and makes us dependent on external opinions. Consequences: constant comparison with others can lead to envy, dissatisfaction, and low self-esteem. It also hinders us from developing our unique abilities and wisdom. Prolonged resentment of past offenses. The sixth destructive habit we will discuss is the prolonged resentment of past offenses and offenders. Stoicism teaches us to forgive and let go of grudges, freeing ourselves from negative emotions and the cycle of negative thoughts. However, when we stubbornly hold on to grudges, we prolong our suffering and inner conflict. This habit deprives us of peace and joy, keeping us trapped in the dark corners of the past. Consequences: prolonged resentment of past offenses can lead to bitterness, irritability, and even a deterioration of physical health. It also hinders our ability to build healthy relationships and disrupts inner peace. Seeking external approval. The ninth destructive habit worth mentioning is seeking external approval and praise. Stoicism teaches us to value our own morals and inner virtues rather than depending on others' opinions. When we constantly seek external approval, we become vulnerable to opinions and criticism. This habit deprives us of inner confidence and the ability to make our own decisions. Consequences: constantly seeking external approval can lead to low self-esteem, dependence on others' opinions, and inner conflict. It also hinders us from developing our own moral values and virtues. Excessive desire for material possessions. The eighth destructive habit we should consider is the obsessive desire to accumulate material possessions. Stoicism teaches us to value spiritual and moral virtues rather than the endless accumulation of things. When we pursue only material wealth, we often lose sight of the deeper meaning of life and true values. This habit deprives us of spiritual harmony and satisfaction. Consequences: excessive materialism can lead to insatiable desires, a sense of emptiness, and disillusionment. It can also disrupt our relationships and hinder us from finding happiness in spiritual growth. Destructive habits can have a detrimental impact on our ability to achieve wisdom and inner harmony in accordance with the teachings of Stoicism. Procrastination, avoidance of difficulties, envy and discontent, suppression of emotions, self-love, and pride. Each of these habits can become our own adversaries, depriving us of the opportunity for spiritual and inner growth. Take a look at your habits today and ask yourself whether they are undermining you or contributing to your long-term development and wisdom. Stoicism has taught us that we should not be prisoners of our habits, but rather their masters, guiding them toward the path of self-improvement and wisdom. Envy and discontent. The third destructive habit, from a Stoic perspective, is envy and discontent. Stoics teach us to value what we have and to be grateful for the gifts of life. By envying others and being dissatisfied with our own lot, we overlook the value of what we possess in the present moment. This habit diverts our attention from the present and undermines our inner peace. We lose the ability to find joy in the simple things and see beauty in the ordinary. Envy and discontent disrupt our harmony with the world and create a barrier between us and our inner nature. Consequences: envy and discontent lead to constant dissatisfaction, undermine inner peace, and hinder our inner growth. They can also negatively impact our relationships with others, causing resentment and conflicts. Suppression of emotions. The fourth destructive habit worth considering is the suppression of emotions. Stoicism does not deny the existence of emotions, but teaches us to control them rather than bury them within. Suppressing emotions can lead to their accumulation and internal conflict. By denying our emotional experiences, we miss the opportunity to understand ourselves and achieve inner harmony. Stoics encourage us not to suppress emotions, but to use them as a means of self-discovery and self-control. The art of Stoicism lies in not letting emotions control us while acknowledging their existence. Consequences: suppressing emotions can result in internal conflict, a loss of emotional depth, and a reduced ability to effectively manage emotions. It can also lead to inner stress and anxiety. Self-love and pride. The fifth destructive habit we will discuss is self-love and pride. Stoicism teaches humility and humility in the face of the world. Self-love and pride can lead to an inflated self-image and insufficient attention to our own shortcomings. We begin to view the world through the lens of our own ego, which hinders our understanding of others and our own spiritual growth. Stoics teach us to see ourselves with a clear eye, free from the distortions of self-love. Such a perspective allows us to acknowledge our mistakes and strive for self-improvement. Consequences: self-love and pride can limit our growth, make us vulnerable to criticism, and hinder our development as individuals. These habits can lead to arrogance, but not to long-term self-improvement. Lack of self-reflection. The 10th destructive habit we should talk about is the lack of self-reflection. Stoicism teaches us to regularly analyze our actions and thoughts for the purpose of self-improvement. However, when we do not reflect on our actions and do not learn from our mistakes, we deprive ourselves of the opportunity to grow and become wiser. This habit robs us of insights and hinders our inner growth. Consequences: the absence of self-reflection can lead to repeating mistakes, missing opportunities for growth, and worsening relationships with others. It can also cause a sense of stagnation and purposelessness. Procrastination and lack of purpose. The first destructive habit we will examine is procrastination coupled with a lack of clear purpose. Stoicism, a philosophy that places a high value on time, teaches us effective time management. Procrastination, as a passive activity, postpones our tasks until tomorrow, depriving us of the opportunity for growth and development today. Furthermore, the absence of a clear purpose hinders us from aligning our lives with our inner nature and Stoic values. Without a goal, we lose direction, like a ship without an anchor, aimlessly drifting in turbulent waters. Consequences: procrastination leads to wasted time, missed opportunities, and unattained goals. The absence of a clear purpose severs our connection with our inner nature and wisdom, leaving us feeling adrift in life. Conclusion. In conclusion, these additional 5 destructive habits can seriously affect our inner balance and our ability to self-improve in the context of Stoic philosophy. Prolonged resentment of past offenses, constant comparison with others, excessive desire for material possessions, seeking external approval, and a lack of self-reflection. Each of these habits can be a barrier on the path to wisdom and harmony. Stoicism has taught us that we can change our habits if only we recognize their destructive nature and strive for inner growth. Do not let these habits control you. Instead, use the teachings of Stoicism to become masters of your own soul and life.